You're watching CBS 8 Mornings at 6.
This morning, Hurricane Helene has weakened to a tropical storm over Georgia after making landfall in northwestern Florida as a Category 4 storm. Thanks for being here at 6 a.m. on this Friday. I'm Eric Connors.
And I'm Nada Irampur. It has some power. At least 4 people have been killed. This is the strongest hurricane to have made landfall in Florida's Big Bend since 1851. Meteorologist Evan Irani is joining us now. You've been tracking Helene. Evan, where is it now? What's it doing?
Yeah, we're still seeing this storm as a category, well, now as a moving in the direction of a post-tropical cyclone. So what we see right now is that this storm has made its way just north of Atlanta, Georgia. It's going to continue to decay over closer to about the Kentucky area, but otherwise Tennessee, Kentucky, even Missouri getting some of that rain as we speak. Notice how quickly wind speeds have declined around the eye of this storm. 130 miles per hour just a couple hours ago, now down to 60 miles per hour. So less than half of the sustained wind speeds around the eye wall of this storm. And it's also moving pretty fast now at 30 miles per hour, the actual movement of the storm as opposed to stalling out. But not before leading to a lot of destruction across the Florida area. Strongest hurricane to make landfall in Florida's Big Bend since 1851. Second major hurricane this Atlantic season. First was Beryl there. And of course, still watching for some major storm surge that caused a lot of destruction in the Florida area. We're going to keep letting you know the latest as the sun comes up over the southern U.S. and as 2 million people are still without power in the region. Back to you.
Forecasters are warning of unsurvivable storm surge and dangerous winds spanning hundreds of miles.
Maribel Gonzalez has the latest now out of Tallahassee, Florida.
Helene making its impact felt after making landfall as a powerful Category 4 hurricane, bringing life-threatening conditions, a powerful storm surge, and dangerous winds up to 140 miles per hour. Dozens of water rescues happened overnight in Pasco County, Florida, and guests at a Ramada Inn in Manatee County were evacuated due to rapidly rising water.
We truly won't know the extent of the damages in our community until first light, when we have an opportunity to do our damage assessments and to respond to the needs of our community and to begin the hard work of getting our community back together.
Helene's storm wind field could span nearly 500 miles, roughly the distance between Indianapolis and Washington, D.C. Now, as the storm marches through Georgia and the Carolinas, officials there are urging residents to hunker down.
Unfortunately, we're going to be on the state of Georgia, and most of our counties are going to be on the dirty side of this storm or the east side of this storm. So that's something else people need to be prepared for. Be listening to your local media outlets for potential tornado watches and warnings.
In Tallahassee, I'm Maribel Gonzalez.
The threat's still far from over, and right now first responders from across Southern California, including out of San Diego, are on their way to South Carolina to help with emergency response to Helene. More than a half dozen ambulances left yesterday. Here's video of them packing up and heading out. Now, the task force is expected to be deployed for about 2 weeks. Falk, the ambulance company, says they're still fully staffed with paramedics here in town. And they say if you would like to help storm victims, consider donating to the Red Cross.
This morning, San Diego health officials are confirming the first human case of West Nile virus in the county this year. The 71-year-old man tested positive for the virus and is in the hospital after recently traveling to rural Colorado. That's where health officials believe he was bitten by a mosquito carrying the virus. The county recommends disposing of standing water to prevent virus-carrying mosquitoes from potentially breeding. Well, today, rows of traffic calming bollards in Pacific Beach are set to be removed.
Yeah, these are controversial bollards at 2 intersections of Diamond Street. They were installed in June of last year. CBS 8's Regina Yorita live in PB now to explain what's next. What's going on out there, Regina?
Yeah, guys, very quiet at the moment, but of course this topic has brought a lot of controversy to Pacific Beach. Right behind me you can see the installation of these bollards. The way it works is it prevents cars that are traveling from east or west from making a left turn. They're only able to make a right turn, and it makes it more pedestrian friendly for those who are walking or biking to just ride or walk through the middle. Now, of course, the installation, as I said, came with support and criticism from neighbors, some saying they liked what the city aimed to do here, especially for families who walk with their kids or their dogs. They found it a relief that the city had slowed down traffic that kept speeding down their street. Now others, they have been against it. Many believe they weren't given a chance to share input, arguing that people have had to change their entire commute. So with so much mixed reaction, the Pacific Beach Planning Group raised these concerns to the city, and after much discussion, the city has now voted to remove them today. The city will now utilize the results and lessons learned from this for future implementation of the Slow Streets program, as well as other traffic calming and Vision Zero projects. So back out here, as I mentioned, still pretty quiet at the moment, but it's going to be very interesting to see the people's reaction as city crews start to remove these bollards from their street. That's latest here in Pacific Beach. I'm Regina Urita, CBS 8.
Regina, thank you. Well, the largest military air show in the country is back. Get ready to look up into the sky this weekend as the Miramar Air Show kicks off here today.
Oh, it's going to be a sight. You'll also hear it.
Right.
Gates open at 8 a.m. CBS 8's Chris Crow is at MCAS Miramar with everything you need to know if you're headed out this weekend.
We've seen and heard those aircrafts here, especially in the Miramar, Mira Mesa and Scripps Ranch area, going ahead and practicing yesterday. You could see them from the sky when we were over at Miramar Lakes, over at the reservoir. We could see them getting ready, putting in that practice. And today, of course, opening day, we are ready here in San Diego. This is such a San Diego thing, especially because this being a military town. This is, of course, the largest air show in the U.S., and it is one that we embrace here as San Diegans because so many people are also going to be traveling here to San Diego to watch this aerial show, including, of course, the Blue Angels. But we want to make sure that you're ready to get out here. Make sure that you're ready when you get to the gate. So first things first, what we want everyone to know is that this is a free event. You can purchase tickets, but of course, that's going to be for preferred seating. Now, there are some items that you're going to want to make sure that you bring. If you do have little ones, you're going to want to make sure that they have ear protection. Those big earphones or maybe even those ear plugs, they are going to be sold on site, but chances are, of course, you're going to be captivated by what's going on. You're not exactly going to have too much time. Now, there is no public transportation to and from the air show. That's why parking is free. It is something that you're able to do. We do know that it can fill up pretty quickly. There is a designated area for rideshare pickup and drop-off. That's going to be in the McDonald's parking lot on Mitcher Way and Elrod Avenue. The one thing also that you're going to want to bring in addition to the ear protection, the sound protection, plenty of sunscreen and reusable water bottles because there are going to be water stations. Now, what you don't want to bring, you do not get to bring any beer or alcohol, no ice chests or coolers, no pets unless they are service animals. You can't bring bikes, rollerblades, or roller skates. A lot of those things not going to be allowed. Make sure you check on our website, cbs8.com, for that full guide. Now, we mentioned the Blue Angels. They are the stars of the show. We got a chance to catch up with them. Here's what they had to say.
Super Hornet's capable of up to Mach 2. You're not going to see a speed that fast here during the air show, but you'll see very close to that. You'll see almost 700 miles an hour, and you'll see just over 100 miles an hour in some of the slowest passes.
Now, while things kick off today, we do know that maybe not everybody's watching right at this exact moment, so they need a little bit of a refresher. Well, go to our website, cbs8.com. Click on that story link for everything that you need to know to enjoy the air show. Back to you guys.
All right, Chris, thank you. Right now, 92 World War II, Korean War, and Vietnam War veterans are about to take off on an honor flight to Washington, D.C. They will visit memorials built to honor their service, and as you can see, these are very emotional.
Yes, so emotional for them to experience this. You can welcome them back home to San Diego this weekend after their adventures. You're encouraged to be at Terminal 2 at noon on Sunday. Give them a big welcome home.
Yeah,
hundreds of people come out, and it's great to
it's
see at the
awesome
airport.
to see.
Yeah,
Those
really
Vietnam War
emotional.
veterans did not get the welcome home that they deserved, and this is our opportunity to give them that memory.
Yeah, it's amazing to see. I mean, they have the best time out there. They're also moving so fast for like 3 days straight. They're out there.
All the memorials.
It is
There's a lot
like
to
one
get
thing
to.
after another. I know they're busy. So of course a nice welcome home that we're hoping they see. Satellite radar is showing that the marine layer is pulling its way back very slowly. Up in North County, it was pushing as far east as Ramona, now just over the Escondido area. But you can see how closer to downtown, we're all the way as far east as Jamul, beyond El Cajon. So it's going to be a great start to the day. That is nothing new, right? Every day this week we've had a foggy start towards some of the valley floors. Along the coastline, just gray. 72 for the afternoon high along the coast, 84 inland, 89 for the mountains, and the desert's going for 109. And the deserts are seeing a much different trend on hand. They've got temperatures well above normal by about 10 degrees, thanks to no marine layer out there. So the deserts, Borrego Springs, Ocotillo Wells, under an excessive heat warning for today. Factor that into any plans you're making to travel the deserts, for example, maybe going on a hike across the mountains as well, where temperatures are going to be warm. Out the door right now, 50s and 60s, Borrego Springs at 72, Julian's at 68, Ramona is one of the coolest spots in the county at 51 degrees right now. Now, over the next 3 days, we've got some changes on the way, warming up by just a hair into tomorrow afternoon, setting the stage for more rapid warming by next week. That's when we start to see a more dramatic warming trend that will take the coastline to the 80s and our inland valleys to the 90s. Julian, Borrego, these two microclimates, the mountains and deserts, are going to stay where they are, if not just cool for a few degrees for a couple days and then climb again by the middle of next week. But it's the coastline and your inland valleys in particular where we see a more dramatic warming trend for next week. So enjoy this mild weekend that we have ahead. Let's take a look at traffic, see how the roads are right now. So far, we are not seeing much. I will say, road weather index indicating fog. That's the yellow on the screen. Both of the crashes that you see on the southern side of the screen there, those are surface street crashes, not on any major freeways. Only thing I want to mention is on the 5 northbound. The entry ramp to the 5 northbound from Genesee right now, as well as La Jolla Village Drive, blocked because of a grass fire that popped up right around 4:30. It's believed right now that this is completely clear, that grass fire, and that they've started to reopen those lanes. But just be aware that for the 4 and 5 o'clock hour, the entry ramp onto the 5 northbound was closed. And now I believe CHP, we're going to contact them, but CHP is working to clear all of that and get everyone back on where they need to go. Let's check in on your border wait times. Right now, 135-minute wait at the San Ysidro Port of Entry. Otay Mesa Port of Entry, 90-minute wait, so you'll get across about 45 minutes faster if you take the Otay Mesa route.